Hello, we're the Tiger Lillies. My name's Adrian. This is Boody. And this is Sophie, our manager. Unfortunately, Martyn is feeling like he's got a little bit of a cold, so he needs to save his voice for tonight's show. But yeah, we're at the record shop here in Riga.
My first pick, as a general influence of my musical history as a drummer, is, surprisingly, Charlie Parker. Charlie Parker for all sorts of jazz that is exciting. I'm not so keen on dull jazz, which repeats solo after solo. I like the excitement in his music. It's always surprising, always testing out boundaries. Something we also do in our band. Yes, we do.
My first pick then is Black Sabbath, Volume 4. And I haven't got this album, but there's a famous song in there called Snowblind, which I think you can probably work out what that's about. So we got, in a way, there's a similarity between the Tiger Lillies and that. We had lots of songs with drug references in them.
Yeah.
So I think Sabbath are a great band, and I think they're. I think I went to see their second to last ever concert at the O2, which was one of the greatest Sabbath gigs I think you could ever go to.
Lucky you.
So I've got Kurt Weill because it's one of the biggest influence on Martyn. But the three-penny opera was like a seminal to the Tiger Lillies.
Yeah, the influence of it, and we've done two versions of the three-penny opera. We've done a two-penny opera and a one-penny opera.
Because it's cheaper.
The next one is no pennies at all. Talking about Black Sabbath, the one that really opened my eyes in hard rock is Vanilla Fudge. Actually, this exact album I found as a teenager on a flea market, and I realized after listening to this, I do not need drugs to enjoy music. Sorry, kids. This does it by itself. So it's heavy rock, very slow. You probably won't like it.
Then I've got an album here by The Necks. Who are an Australian improvising trio, and I've seen The Necks quite a few times. They go on stage and they have this double bass, drums and piano, and they basically just start playing, and they play for about half an hour, and they stop playing, and they go back out, and they come back on again, do the same thing. So every set's different, and I think they're a great improviser, and I think there's a lot of similarities in some way of the improvisational nature of three people playing together that I think is still quite part of the Tiger Lillies, the fact that we still musically kind of still try to kind of, find interesting improvisational things in the context of songs. So I think the Necks are a very good exponent of free improvisation that still has a structure.
Okay, so I've got Jacques Brel. Also seminal influence on Martyn's songwriting. Even though he doesn't speak French, he really got the emotional power of the voice. So here we go. French chanson at its best.
Rejaillir le feu de l'ancien volcan qu'on croyait.
I haven't lived in England. I moved to England also mainly because I love English folk rock music. One example is, hard to see, Jethro Tull, Living in the Past. stands for all English folk rock of the 60s, 70s that really influenced me, especially those without drums.
Tiptoes in silence.
I love music without drums. It inspires me to play drums, and this band gives me same freedom, same spaces. What can you hit now? What can you do next? So this is an example of experimental folk rock.
When he catches angels as they fall, and the all-time winner.
This is some hip hop that I heard last night in a bar near the hotel.
It was good.
I really enjoyed it. It was kind of like old school. This is instrumental, I think, really. Was it? What's his name? Is it Dobson Jr? So it was kind of like soul, funk, but hip hop at the same time. I thought it was really, really interesting. So it's nice to find it here because it's a new record. So that's always good to find something that's kind of inspiring and still current.
Okay, so Martyn also loved Buddy Holly.
I feel good without begging, my Peggy too.
And it was really also influenced by him. I think the kind of the beauty and the sweetness of that.
Every day it's getting closer, going fast.
Quite surprising maybe for some people, but there you go.
But I get it, the shortness of songs, the essence.
Yeah.
Brevity.
And the beauty as well.
All my life I've been waiting, and there'll be no hesitating, no boy.
Martyn might hate me for this, sorry, but PJ Harvey.
Is that all there is?
In her younger days was big influence. Well, I left school and then I discovered her. Just after school, that was what I think is good modern rock music.
I saw PJ Harvey play this year. I thought she was really great. It was very theatrical, very kind of interesting. No, not really rock anymore. It's more sort of violin playing and keyboards.
Yeah, I still like what she does.
There's a lot of space in the music. I quite like it. So the last thing I've got is the new Cure album, which apparently is quite good. And the Cure are a band that I kind of sort of followed, but not really that super, I'm not super keen on them. But I saw them first in like 1986, I think,
at
Glastonbury.
Yeah, well.
And then the next time, I saw them was like 2022 or something like that. So I had a good sort of 35-year gap between seeing them, which I thought was fun. I think the music is always trying to be kind of experimental, and this one apparently is quite experimental for quite a major stadium band. So good on them.
Yep.
Good on him, Robert.
Okay, so last influence on Martyn, also Johnny Cash.
Because you're mine, I walk the line.
Darkness and beauty and depths. Same as Jacques Brel, but in an American way.
Well, you wonder why I always dress in black.
Hello, we are collectively known as the Tiger Lillies. The Tiger Lillies, and this is a Tiger Lillies album.
For those silly bully boys, because a gripper they annoy.
But I'm not asking the question about that album. I don't really know why he's holding it up. I'm going to ask you a question. Adrian's going to ask you a question.
If you want to win this album, then you need to answer one semi-obscure question about the Tiger Lillies, and then you can win this album. The question is...
It goes out for all the real fans of the band. Shall I ask the question?
You can ask the question if you want. Or Martyn can ask it. Go on, Martyn.
I'm going to ask the question.
Where?
I'm going to ask it. Where was I born?